So I thought we'd start this. This is September 13th, 2021. We were in the middle of making another production here, and we took this trade on the side here. This is only 1,000 units, or $1,000. We brought a really nice entry here in the morning. All the signals kind of lit up for us here, and we got a really nice entry here. Let me just clean this up for you. We got a really nice entry here, right at this spot. So it went up, came back. It's a really nice break of $15. We were slightly before it. We got lucky on that. But this, typically, I would have said this is, if we hadn't been messing around doing some other stuff, I wanted to take off. You take it off here, right? Take a look at this range here. We'll zoom in a bit here. But once you broke this level and ripped up, I was shooting for 1950, 57 or something like that. We were shooting for 1957, right? So I kind of hoped it would go up to 1950s, right, into the 50s, which we weren't too far off of. We're ripping now. We're holding this one overnight. Has no news, but we're ripping. I would hold this, and this here we're up 20% up. So this is a VWAP hold. It went down, but I mean it didn't really matter. Went back, danced around it, went down, stuck around, right? It kind of stuck around. It has a range around that. Now we're taking support off of it, and this should go off to the races. We'll pause it here for a moment. We'll see. 8 minutes to go before the close of the day. I don't know if people want to see 8 minutes of this, so I'm going to pause it here. Okay, good morning. September 14th, 2021. It hit our target in the after hours. So will this, this is ATER, will this come back and break this target, or was that enough to satisfy it, right? It's interesting how it held, Tim and I were talking, it was interesting how it held this 1850, like this try to break out part, but look at how it held this. It was really nice, eh? And then we've got this type of area here where it's trying to hold, which I believe is something strong that a lot of people probably don't even really recognize, but that's fine. So that's our trade for today. I don't know, we were on close up 20%, so that would have put us probably like 25% or something in the after hours. Just try and get in on it. It's so hard. There it is. And then, so 30%. At 445, so you could have taken that with the real broker. So 30%, pretty decent little move. Today we have life kind of, I saw it yesterday, it just didn't super pique my interest. But she's pushing hard here. I am not going to be a big fan of this. This is going to want to rip back. To be honest with you, it could come all the way back to 812s here. It might just stick around here at the 70s, but we'll see how this goes. This might be a trap. One of those ones that, it's trapping all these guys in there, right? The longs anyway, and the shorts are just gobbling it up. IC is still hanging around, which is an odd. This is an odd little pattern here. This is just, there's no super fluctuation, and even if we were to take this, look at it. It's a 10%, even if you go to there, 16% full channel, I guess, or yeah, area, zone. There's only and there's your market open, BBIG. Like I said, it failed. It failed the Friday breakout, so it's And now it's going to break our line on the downside, so I feel like this is all up to the shorts to have their meaty little hooks into it. CYRN, just the volume's not coming in. Our major indices are peaking, which means our VIX shall be dropping. Yeah, this Investico Triple Qs, they've really been on a little bit of a rodeo ride here, right? So we're just going to watch this on the, oh, look at this drop, right? Yeah, it had to hold that 1690 area. Just didn't. Where's our volume at? Our volume is, well, this could be a dip. You never know. It's a tough one. Seeing as we're already in at this sweet level, should have taken profits. Should have taken profits right fucking here. Fucking close enough. 1950. Close enough. Gotta take profits when you come to you, man. You can't just, yeah, you traded, this was 30%. This is probably like 23, whatever percent. You traded that for 1.5% right now. Like, stupid, right? Just stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. We'll see if this is going to trap people. It's going to go up. And it's going to want to dump hard. And you got all these people that are excited about it. Here's her chart. Just a mess. Comes down and down and down. Like, you can't even draw lines on this. Well, you want to zoom in more? Like, what do you... There's nothing here to it's just disgusting, right? You can go to a wider time frame, see if we can get something off of it. Nope. Wider again. There it is there. 1368 at the best. 1368 at the best case scenario, and that would be the best case scenario. Style dashed 68 done. Right, so at the best case scenario, we're going to hit that. That doesn't leave a whole hell of a lot of meat for anybody to trade on. Like to profit, you know, like well, maybe 10%, whatever. But is it more likely just dump off? Probably. This might bounce, but it's a tough call. Being Tuesday, we're just have to wait and see. Again, we don't want to make these too long, so I'm just going to pause that. Look at that. That was like 6 minutes right there. So I'm going to pause it here. We'll come back later in the day. Or if I enter a position, I'll try and record the entry. All right, we're back. It's just after 10:06. Looks like we had a little bit of a bounce here on ATER. Not really sure. This is a tough one, right? It's taking support here, so that's actually a pretty positive note. We'll look for it to go ATER. I want this thing to go red to green, right? And then once we go to green, we've got our 1950 target again. So any point there, you could try and take it off at that target. 1950. Yeah, so we don't got anything here. Go back to this one. Yeah, we got 1775. So that's not even it. Yeah, yeah, 21. Like, so this 1950 is it. This is it. 28. That's too high. There's no. I don't believe that it's going to want to run really miles past this unless some sort of memers get on it. Right now, I'd say breaking of 1650s, you might get some action. But I mean, you're going to have trouble here again at the 1684 mark, 85 mark, whatever it is. Life, it's just chopping away. And the way, the way my charting package works, if you see a lot of this wicking action, Look at this. This is really indecisive. A lot of indecision trading going on here, a lot of back and forth. The market makers don't know what to do with it, so they're really chopping away at it. And then I'll finally finish with our BBIG. After the Friday squeeze fail, 1-2, and our line fail, 1-2, buckle my shoe. We're 1-2, buckle my shoe. We're done. 1-2, buckle my shoe. Now we could come down, into 8-something area and come back. It's not like it can't go down and up, down and up, down and up. But isn't that interesting how it hit that's the all-time high line, right? All-time high. Let's just go here. All-time high. See this? All-time high. It actually made it past that, but that's not the point. It's still all-time high. All-time high line, yeah, made it past it by a little bit. So what? It did achieve it. It achieved it a second time. This was I'm so excited. It's like first time having sex or something, right? And then the second time, that's how you know that we're pretty much done, right? So that's why I'm thinking, well, we got one hit. See, look at this. We got one try. Didn't quite get excited enough. Got it. Attacked it. Got it once. Got it twice. Now, are we going to hit it a third time? It's a tough call. We'll come back. We'll come back to this. See where we're at a little bit later in the day. Okay, well, this is a tough one. Trying to let these things play out, I guess, is I've said it time and time again. Take the 20% right here. Be done with it. Move on. Get on to something else, right? Because now we're at a 6.5% whatever down, and I'd say like in this level here, anywhere in here, we got to be cutting losses now. That'll be like 8% down. Again, bag holding doesn't always have to start with a loss. Like, you don't have to start by buying here and bag. Well, okay, let's just say we bought here and we bag held it the whole way. One of the number one problems with traders and why they lose so much is because of this exact thing. They can't take that. What did you want? 20%? You wanted 200%? Well, good. But you're not going to get it. So you take your 20%. You say, fucking right, I got a good entry. That was a supreme entry, good pattern, good entry. Take your 20% and get the fuck out of there. It was close enough to the target. 1 time, 2 times. Do you think it's going to hit 3 times? No. And if you had held it, you should have been selling in the after hours here right before 5 o'clock, right where it hit. See, look at this. Right at 5 o'clock, it hit the target. All I'm suggesting is that if it doesn't hold this level here, then you best be getting out. Okay, we can mark it right now. Right? What did I do there? Okay, nothing good. Right? If you don't hold this level here, look at that, how nicely that works. See how that is? Boom, boom. It's really close to booming in right on this one here too, right? Fucking magnet. Sorry, I usually do this after when the video is paused. Is not interesting, right? So, if it doesn't hold this area right here and like make a rocket back up to the VWAP, it's done. It's gone. Should have already taken the money and fucking left. Life, kind of not really. It's almost 11 o'clock. It's 10 to 11 a.m. Is it going to shoot for the magical target? I doubt it. We already had a target here that it hit, didn't we? No, maybe not. Maybe this was just a... Yeah, it's just blind hope, right? So, and then BBIG falling off a cliff. It's falling off a cliff, right? Where did I say we had to take support? BBIG, we wanted to take support. Yeah, we're at it. If we can't get, yeah, we're at it. If you can't really hold it here, then it's kind of cooked. So anyway, if it doesn't hold this, don't be surprised if this is shut off. I'm not going to say this is a candidate for averaging down. I would say this is your. This is why we start with the such a small position to give us the opportunity to average down. I could get out of this probably with a break even or maybe $70 in my pocket. But we'll see how this goes. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I could try it. But maybe that's another lesson for another day. Yeah, I'm keeping it on to show you why would I take a 14% loss now. This is going into 15% when we had a 6% and we had a winner. I'm just trying to show you. And now what? You're bag holding this until when? ATER? Where is this going to go back to? Let's just pretend that we know. Oopsie. That wasn't the right chart. We weren't supposed to look at that. Where are we going back to? 8? Right? So why are we holding? Why are we holding that? Here's life. BBIG's falling out of bed. And guess what? CYRN is now ripping. One of the ones that I was telling you about this morning had really no... It's really no reason... I don't know. I could just feel it. But look at it rip now. It's probably going to get halted here. This is the top. Could be a top or a pull. It's probably close to the top. This is a pretty good little run, though. From no rags to riches here, 25%, right? So, again, we're going to pause it, come back. It's already been 18 minutes. You know what the challenge is for these videos is to keep them short. So CYRN really took a rip here all the way up to the top of the day. What we came up with on this one was it looks like it put out news on September 8th that it was some sort of partnership deal with a phishing thing for your phone and your clouds and all that. Stop phishing attacks, right? So that's the news that I got. But the interesting part was that it did it on the 8th. And I put out that news on the 8th, right? So I went and I pulled up the chart here of the 8th. We've got no activity. We've got no activity. And then all of a sudden we've got activity on the 10th. So we had to go through a whole day of trading. 2 days of trading, I guess. So the end of the 10th, we really got something going. And then yesterday, kind of fell out. I think that's really interesting. And look at where we're stopping here. Look at, here's our higher day. Here's our, don't be a dick. Here's the Warlocks line right here. Look at that. Isn't that interesting, Warlock? Now that you're out there, right? There's the Warlocks line coming rolling in like a thunder, right? Perfect. So, CYRN, terrific push today. 38% in minutes. Well, a little bit of time here. What did it take? 40. an hour. Let's just pretend it's an hour. Pretend that's an hour. Do we have targets above this? Stock like this. No. Stock like this. Downtrending, downtrending. Has rallies though. See if we can get something else off of it. $1.02. Might get $1.02. $2.50. $2.50. So that's a long way up there, but I mean, $2.50 could happen. I'm just gonna pop in here, show you the pain, BBIG, the pain, life, kind of hanging around. I don't know if it's gonna want to do a VWAP hold high of day trade or not. IC is kind of just, actually setting up for, this is setting up for a really nice swing trade, it looks like almost. Ideally, you would be in, I don't know where, but I haven't spent a lot of time looking at this chart. It's just a real slow mover for me, right? There's not a lot of percentages here, so I try to keep it to the best of the best, but this is playing out for a pretty decent swing trade if anybody got in anywhere and held, right? What kind of a channel do we have running here? Oops. Well, let's just pretend that's our channel. That's our channel. So 16% channel. That's just interesting to, I just find it interesting to keep an eye on that kind of thing, the channel. Pause it again. I'm telling you, it doesn't get much better than this. Look at this line. Look at this touch point. Look at, where'd it go? There it is there. See? What line is that? 9061. 9061. 9189. So like we didn't blow through it. 9061. We're gonna have to figure out a. Oh yeah, there it is, Kenny. There's your lines marked. There's the top of the day. You don't want to call it a coincidence. Yeah. Either way, buddy, we're both on this. Yeah. Look at the hold here. Look at this. I'm not saying that this thing isn't real. It's definitely real. It's a self-fulfilling processes. Well, we'll pause it and we'll see where it's going. ATER, completely failing. Did catch a little support here, but that's just something for everybody to be happy and think they're going to grab it. BBIG just keeps going down. Life just did one of those power drops. I have a couple of those on video with the level 2 and the time and sales there, and it's something you got to be really careful with. It's still a bit of a mystery. But they're good videos to review. I'm going to pause this one now. We're already at 20.
There's definitely some lines that says 1, 2.
Can you just wait if I'm doing something here?
Want a hazard answer that has some kind of chance already?
Okay, you ready? I don't know what ideas you have, but when I first heard that paper comes from wood, I thought, well, maybe they cut a piece of wood really thin or something. So maybe paper is like a really thin slice of wood, but it's not. Think about it. Paper is so flexible that you can fold it. You can crumple it even. Wood isn't very flexible.
23, 24,
So
25,
how is it that paper
26,
comes from wood?
27,
Well, maybe paper does involve cutting up wood. It turns out if you chop off any kind of woody plant into small bits, like wood
market is
chips,
changing, so
and
it's
you
more
mash it
important than
up
ever to
really
be guided
well.
by real
Then
time.
boil it in water. You'll make this soupy stuff that you see here called pulp. Now, it's not a soup that tastes any good. You wouldn't want to eat it. But if you pour it out over a flat surface and then wait a few days, it dries out and all sticks together to become this. Now you can recognize it. It's a sheet of paper. So that's how paper is made. It kind of makes you wonder, who came up with this idea to chop up wood and boil it? How did they figure this out? Well, it turns out it was discovered so long ago that we don't know exactly who discovered it or how. But we do know that it was discovered in China.
You use paper for
I'm
hand
playing
printing?
toy. Find that wall.
I have to look
Oh,
at the
wall.
second recipe.
The wall of the.
We use paper in our everyday lives to, I forgot what it is.
Aria.
We can make
So whenever I do a play, I always look back, and when we come back to it after and say to yourself, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Not all flags are built equally. This, what are we going to call this? A higher high flag? The higher high flag doesn't work that many times. It usually breaks it here, right? Just like it did. So there's a nice little lesson for everybody there. When it broke that high there and didn't hit it again, we needed to hit it again, right? We needed a higher high. And then we needed a higher high, and then we needed to, it's a whole different flag, right? So not all flags are created equally. Averaging down. I can't remember what, we'll have to review the tape or the video there. We were in big trouble here. We were down quite a bit from our original entry. Our original entry here was sweet. We should have taken our, just like we've discussed. So anyway, we got 1498 was our original. We ended up selling yeah, never mind. We were gonna do this, right? So our original was 98. 1490. Oops, we just missed it. 1498. And we were in big trouble. We were 14% down. So at one point here we were 28% down. The point of the matter was that we came out of that 28% or 14%, however you want to look at it, with $108 profit. That is the power of averaging down if you do it correctly. Now this could come back. See how VWAP's coming down nicely towards this? I don't know. What are we going to do? Go back up to VWAP? You could have a trade in here. Is that your trade at 2:05 in the afternoon? Looking for 10% here to get back to VWAP, maybe a little bit above VWAP. Again, we're going to have to start breaking these levels. We get higher, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low. Sometimes this, like once this breaks this one, you could almost say there's a trade there, right? Sometimes it's just there to fucking goose you though, right? So, yeah. Sometimes it's there just to goose the shit out of you. So, that was averaging down in a nutshell. Still took 30 minutes, Jesus. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, high fives.